What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're just continuing on from the last video. As you can see behind me, we have the RX-7 here, and as you can see, we're not at my home garage anymore. So like I was saying, I got it towed to my shop, and I can finish up some of the stuff underneath, get it started here at the shop. So behind the scenes, I've been doing a little bit of work just to get caught up, and most of it's pretty uninteresting stuff to you guys. So now I'm at the point where I'm just putting in fluids, and then we should be able to start this thing very, very soon. I had a couple little repairs I needed to do underneath. I did those as well. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about and give you a little bit of rundown of what I was doing underneath the car. And this lift has made life so much easier. I'm so glad I didn't try doing this at home on jack stands. Okay, so underneath, I got my drive shaft in, heat shields in, I got the speed sensor in, I got this all plugged up there. Transmission was already drained, but I resealed these drain plugs and I torqued them down. That's done. The wiring is done up there. All the grounds are connected. Starter's in and connected. It was in actually before, but it's all connected now. What else? There's a couple plugs missing down here. I did those. I had this oil cooler line left. I did that. Got my sensors in right there. I hope everything is proper and nothing leaks. This side I didn't really do anything on. I did this all at home. So, but that was pretty much the extent of it. So we're all good. Everything is done here. Now I'm getting my fluids in, and that's what I was doing right now. So I just drained the differential. What I was doing under here, so right there, you can see the leftover of what was going on. So when I was taking out my fuel tank before, this strap, the bolt came out just fine. And this strap, the nut, which is actually inside that bracket, the nut broke. So I had to cut the bolt off, and then that's the bolt right there. And that's the leftover strap. So I cut the bolt off, and then I got a new one from a parts car. Now we're good. So what I'm gonna do now is that side access hole, I'm actually gonna cut it longer, so I can put a nut on the inside and hold it with a ratchet and hold it with a wrench, and then just bolt it that way. I was thinking about welding a nut on the outside, but honestly, I don't want to weld it. I'm not a good welder, and also I don't want to weld upwards, and it's just going to look ugly. So we'll just cut that hole open a little bit, put a nut on the inside, and we are good. Fuel lines and everything, these are all new. Everything else is fine. That's pretty much it. We're just going to work on filling up this differential. I'll do that, and then, oh, actually, you know what? Let me show you guys what I'm using for fluids. For the transmission and the differential, I'm using Royal Purple 75W90. I got the oil here. That's the oil I'm going to be using. 20W50 Castrol GTX conventional, and that is the coolant. I'm missing the brake fluid, but honestly the brakes aren't working anyways, but I do need it for the clutch, so I need to pick up some brake fluid for this clutch. And I also have power steering fluid. Let me show you that as well. Is what we are using for power steering fluid. Luckily my Nissan 300ZX used the same stuff, so I had a bunch left over. I bought too much before. It's automatic transmission fluid that this car takes, and this meets the specs, so this should be perfect. Anyways, I'm gonna go dump this in the differential, and then we're gonna get the fuel pump installed on that fuel tank, and then we'll get the fuel tank in there as well. So let me get this in real quick. Okay, so the differential is all filled, and now I'm gonna get my fuel pump in. I don't know if I ever made a video about this, but this fuel pump was disgusting, and it was the fuel hanger was disgusting, and it was all rusted and disgusting and gross. So I changed it all. It's a new pump, new sock, everything. Cleaned up the top as best as I could. So she's ready to go in. This is the new gasket right here. We're gonna replace that old gasket, and then put the sucker in, bolt it down, and then we'll connect the fuel lines once it's up in the car. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm just gonna put this in here. So I just finished putting all the transmission fluid in, and the differential's done. Basically, I'm gonna have to get some help. I tried putting the fuel tank in myself. I can't. I'm gonna have to call a friend and get some help with that. But the fuel pump hanger and stuff is all there. All I gotta do is just get some help to put it up there and strap it in. And then I can connect the fuel lines and stuff from the top through those access doors. So pretty much what's left now for me to do is put in all the coolant and the oil and the power steering fluid. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. We got the premix on hand, so we're ready to go. I also have my O2 sensor. So pretty much I think what I'll do right now while the car's still in the air is I'll put my downpipe on and maybe my pre-silencer. I don't know, maybe just a downpipe. I'll put that up there, and then I have a new gasket for that as well. Yo, look at the aftermath. You can just tell something went down here. That is coolant leaking. So I don't know where I ended that last clip off, but I had some friends here to come help me put the fuel tank in, which we did, and then we hooked it back up. And you know how it gets with the boys. They wanted to see this thing run, so it was all hands on deck, and we kind of just went at it. This is the aftermath of that. So the car started. I'm gonna show you a clip right here. So it started and it actually was running pretty decent, but the motor was not too happy. It was shaking like crazy, running really rough. And I had a oil leak right here. There's a banjo bolt, the oil feed for the turbo. That was leaking oil, probably lost a couple 100 milliliters. So I guess I didn't torque that down or crush the washers properly. That was a quick fix. We were able to do that, but I'm losing coolant. And the coolant is my turbo coolant line. The banjo bolt is leaking. I need to put new crush washers in there. When I was putting that line on my turbo, I reused the old crush washers, but I heated them up a lot. I flattened them out on sandpaper, and then but those crush washers just didn't work. So now you can see a little bit of coolant right here is coming down from the banjo bolt up there. So bit of a detour. Basically what I got to do is get this downpipe off, remove this heat shield somehow, and see if I can get access to that banjo bolt. It's like, you can kind of see it. It's in a bad spot, right beside the frame there on the sides. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. You're not going to see too much content in the next little bit. I just want to go through and double check all of my stuff. So I'm gonna fix that banjo bolt and get some new crush washers on it. And I also need to diagnose why this car was running the way it was. It wasn't running good. Basically what it was doing was it would turn on, and then after like 5-10 seconds, it would just stall and turn off. I noticed my MAF was disconnected, so I connected that, but it's still doing the same thing. I gotta trace everything and make sure everywhere that the engine's getting air, and I also have to check my fuel lines and my fuel pressure. It feels like I get fuel pressure at the beginning when I first started, but then after a while it just cuts out. So I need to check what's going on. Maybe I got a kinked fuel line or something. So a little bit of diagnostic work. I'm gonna see if I can figure out what that is. I will show you guys where we're at and what it was. But that video that you saw, that video clip that I posted, was pretty much the best that it ran. It ran about 10 seconds there, and then right when it ended that video, the car turned off too. And then every time I would start it right after that, it would turn off faster. It would turn off like maybe after 2-3 seconds. So I think it's a fuel issue, pretty sure. But I'm gonna fix my coolant leaks first, and then we're gonna do some diagnosing, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. Right, so I have fixed my coolant leak, and I did not go at it from down here. I actually did it from up there with a extended 3/8 ratchet with a flex head. When I put the car down, I'll show you guys exactly how I did it from there. But while I had the car in the air, I also got my exhaust on. So the downpipe is now bolted on and torqued and everything. That's pretty much, I hope that's not coming off right now anytime soon. Put my pre-silencer on as well. Unfortunately, I didn't realize until now it has a little dent, but whatever. It's going to be underneath the car. So this is from Racing Beat. Both these things are from Racing Beat. From here on back, I'm going to utilize my old exhaust. So I was trying to do it a little more cost-effective way. I'm going to restore the rear section of my old exhaust, and I'll show you guys that in a second. But I just wanted to put this all on for now, just so I don't want to lose some parts, and I hate having parts stored. So that's why I put this stuff on, and then in a few days I'll put the rest of the exhaust on. This is just hanging out here for now. I got to get new exhaust hangers. I'm not going to use these old ones that are destroyed. So for now, I just have this hanging out here, but I'll change that out. I'll order some off of Rock Auto, or I'll see if I can find some in the city. So this is the old exhaust. It's really crusty right now. I am well aware of that, but it's not actually rusted. This is all surface. I will restore this to mint condition. Believe me, we'll utilize this for the rear section of the exhaust, but I'm gonna take a wire wheel to it and get all of this stuff off, and then we're gonna clean up that like this, and then the mufflers and the tips and everything, we're gonna polish it and make it look shiny and brand new. I didn't see the point of spending another $1,000 plus shipping and shipping to Canada, duties, tariffs, everything. So we're gonna utilize this. So here's what I did. I removed this right here, and it gave me just enough room. I removed this, and I removed this other pipe underneath it right there, and it gave me just enough room to get a long ratchet down there to the banjo bolt. And I destroyed my hands trying to get the crush washers in there, but I did, torqued it, tightened it, everything's good. So after I got that in there, I put coolant back in the motor. She's full of coolant. I tried running it a couple times, ran the exact same way. So it's still having that issue. The coolant went all throughout the system. It's full, should be fully pressurized, I believe, but I won't really know until the car is running for at least a few minutes. But no leaks, so that is great news. I've done some research online, and some people told me to check my throttle position sensor and see if that needs to be adjusted. It probably does. That could be one of my issues. Another thing could be the timing. Do I need to time this? I'm not really sure. I need to do some more research on that, because it's a brand new motor and I thought it would be timed already. I don't know. I don't know how rotaries work, to be honest. I'm learning as I go. So maybe I need to time it. If so, I need to figure out how to do that. It's been a couple days, a bit of an update. I put the rest of the exhaust on. So these were new parts, the downpipe and the pre-silencer, and then I reused the rest of it. This was the old rusty exhaust that was on the car, but I did clean it up. This is just surface stuff. I took a wire wheel, I cleaned all of this up, and it was Racing Beat. So I just paired it with new Racing Beat stuff. And I put some new exhaust hangers here, but I don't like this. This is just some generic one I found at a auto parts store, but I'm gonna find the correct ones and put those on. These are thin and the wrong size. The ones I took off were like this, so I'll find those. And even the exhaust hangers up there, I gotta get new ones because they're worn out quite a bit. You can see that. So, but for now, it's good enough. So I put the rest of the exhaust on and I cleaned it up as well. Like I mentioned, there's a video about cleaning your exhaust tips. I don't know if it's gonna come out before this video or after. About the issue I was having with the car turning on and then running for like 5 seconds and then stalling out. Let me bring the car down and show you guys what I did. She's running, boys. Listen to that purr. It sounds so good. It idles a bit high, but keep in mind I haven't set my TPS yet, which I will soon, but I'm just gonna let it run for a couple minutes to show you guys. Okay, so obviously it runs perfect now. And the issue was, well, I missed one of my plugs here somewhere. I don't think that was the actual issue for it stalling out like that, but my timing was off a little bit. Thought I did it right, like the static timing where you have to put the dimples on the pulley and then make sure this is the cast is lined up and put it in. It was off by a little bit, but obviously just enough for it to run really bad like that. So I did a little bit of research and I thought that I should probably check everything. I had spark, I checked that, I had fuel, I took off the fuel line, and then I tried cranking it and I got a bunch of fuel coming out. So I knew I had fuel. I didn't see any major air leaks. So I was like, you know what, before I really go crazy, let me just double check my timing. And it wasn't that hard to get to. It's just one bolt to remove this thing. So I just put it to top dead center, took this out. I don't even know how much it was off by, but I retimed it. So obviously I did something wrong the first time around. I retimed it and it was good. I am gonna time it properly again with a timing light now that it's running, but for now, it's good. There we go. She runs absolutely beautiful. Honestly, it's a lot quieter than I wanted it to be. I might remove that pre-silencer. I don't know, we'll see. That's far down the road. I didn't see anything leaking underneath, no coolant, no oil. Oh, that was a long time coming, man. I've been working on this car for so long and it feels so good to have it running like that. Look at that interior. Tell me that doesn't look amazing. Come on. God, I'm so proud of this thing. That's it for today. I'm sweaty, I'm greasy. It's like 30 degrees Celsius here right now. And this shop is not air conditioned. So we're gonna call it right here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are excited to see this thing run. That is like the biggest milestone of the build, getting this thing to run. I'm so happy that's done. I put a lot of work into this, a lot of work. I'm no professional by any means. As you guys can probably see in my videos, I'm learning as I'm going. You know, it's really, really promising when stuff goes how it should eventually. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. We've got some good ones coming. Stay tuned. Peace.